Howdy mates, good morning. It is April 27th, 2020, and here's the first video for today. I'm already so excited. Alright, so a particular spring wildflower that I wanted to point out is right here. We've got ourselves the Wild Columbine. And what's neat about the particular flower is you'll only see them hanging off of limestone cliffs, and that's about it. They won't really grow like on the ground, but rather their roots will be based here on the actual cliffside. That is so cool. But yeah, so you can kind of see like the bottom here, so all those little yellow parts, that's the stamens. And then one of my favorite features about the plant itself is it, like, if you look here, kind of reminds you of looking at a crown. Or another way how I like to remember, for those of you who may have seen Green Lantern, when Hal gathers with the Guardians, it's like a big, it's like, it kind of reminds me of that. Like how the Guardians were really tall, the ring bearers. But yeah, it kind of reminds you of the round table or a gathering. But yes, this is the Wild Columbine. It's also a perennial, so it comes back each year. And they do prefer calcareous soil, which makes sense because we are practically right next to the bedrock. Alright, so where I'm at in particular, I'm at something called the Barretts Rim Trail. And this particular preserve is actually a part to a whole. So the region of Ohio that I'm visiting, I'm kind of like in the southwest part. So for those of you who have heard of Chillicothe, I'm a bit more to the southwest of that town. And I'm about like hour and a half so drive from my university. But this whole network that I speak of is called the Arc of Appalachia. It's a non-profit based in this part of Ohio, and it was founded by a couple back in 1995, in which they wanted to become stewards and protect, particular lands that hold a natural value and historic value to the state of Ohio. But when you hear Arc of Appalachia, that mostly means, with the part of Ohio that we're in, we're kind of like at the remnants of the Appalachian Mountains that lie in this state. And not only that, but we're also in a region of Ohio where no glaciation has happened. So the glaciers did not make it this far. That's why, as you can see, the rock looks a bit rougher, and not only that, but it's also a lot hillier too. But where we're at in particular is this little known feature is called the Rocky Fork Gorge. So it's essentially known as Rocky Fork Creek, and that starts at Rocky Fork State Park, which isn't too far from here. And essentially, it's held up by a reservoir, and then it is released into this stream, which I'm sure this will eventually empty into the Scioto River, as a matter of fact. But as I was also mentioning about this Arc of Appalachia, they have up to 20 or so different preserves as a whole network. It's a big deal. Yeah, and they're well known, especially in Highland and Adams County. So yeah, we are a bit further to the south right now. But apparently, Barretts Rim Trail is also known to be the crown jewel of Rocky Fork Gorge. I mean, you can kind of tell just the amount of wildflowers that we're already seeing. Yeah, like all these here is the wild blue cohosh, large flowered trillium, even striped violet. I mean, there's so much happening right now. And that was the purpose of making or building the Arc of Appalachia. Because, you know, grand majority of Ohio is mostly developed in terms of urban and agricultural use. So the couple really wanted to protect this region of Ohio. I mean, this was also the area where you found a lot of Adena and Hopewell Indian tribes. Trying to think what this is called. I believe it's horse something. Not like horseradish or anything, but it's like a type of grass. I'll have to take a picture and clarify. Can't remember everything, right? So yeah, that's all I have for right now at the moment, but I'm sure there's bound to be more. So alrighty. Thought I would share that with you guys. That was sort of a introductory video. There's going to be a bit more to come, because I'm technically just getting started. So we'll see how this day goes. So, alright. Hope all you enjoy your Tuesday, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks.